Alright folks, the deck is Fel Spell Demon Hunter. The goal of the deck is to play as many Fel spells as possible, fully loading Jace Darkweaver, which we hide away in Soul Eater Scythe so that we can bring him out once he's ready to go and blast our opponent in the face. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can catch me live at twitch.tv/Roffle or here on YouTube.
Watch this!
I alone will shield my people.
You seem better early than they do later. You seem better later than they do early, but we'll make do.
Ah, I see you've brought guests.
Well met.
Hello Roffle, Merry Christmas and thank you very much for all the content this year. Looking for next year, smiley face.
I appreciate that, Squizzy. Thank you for the 17 months. Glad you're enjoying the content. This is another face race for us. So getting a fireball is probably a good idea. I don't know if I even care too much about developing onto the board.
The premiere act. Me.
Maybe with that I do. If they're gonna play for board, I can too. Because the fatigue stuff typically slows this deck down, so if they're going to take more time, I'm going to use that to my advantage. You can just go here and here. Or could get the Trickster off of this and hit an Unleash Fel, hope that it survives, and fan the hammer. Unless they just give me an opening for the fan the hammer. Like where this is going. This deck is, among other things, extraordinarily boring to play against.
I just need a volunteer.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
I thought they were a stage further on the quest. I was confused about some of their plays, but now it makes complete sense. This is pretty likely to be a rip and pepperoni moment for me.
All of Stormwind shall share my pain.
I wonder how much damage I did over the course of this game.
And now, the premiere act, me!
Wait! The top deck? Alright. Just keep stupid dumb cards for Secret Mage, I guess.
Ah, I see you've brought guests.
Just need to be able to clear their early game minions, like exclamation point costume singer. I want to get a good Jace going, you know? What are they up to? Not much next turn, that's for sure. So it's a maximum Jace build. That's the idea, but we like... Our opponent's hero portrait keeps exploding before we can get to the Jace. Wait, is this just like old school Exodia? Incredible. That could be a Jace. Oh god. Oh, that means ice blocks are involved. Ugh. That's probably bad for me. Am I gonna lose to a deck from the 1930s?
Reality.
Is that what's happening here?
For Suramar.
Deck from the black and white era before Hearthstone was in color? Yeah. I miss those days. Except this deck. Okay. Well, that's obviously just going to be a copy of Ice Barrier, right? Did I accidentally queue into Rarin trying to do one of his goofy challenges or something? Incoming Bran, ETC. get the Exodia pieces.
Reality woven.
How much damage do I have in this? I have double... Ugh, I hate having to count. Double 3, so that's 6. I have no predation, no Emma or a 1. That's 7. Oh my... Do I have to Jace here?
Maybe.
That's not very helpful. 3, 5, 6, 7. I can get a new fell spell, so I'm gonna make this play instead. Actually, I can't because I have no target, so... If they just like slam an Alexstrasza here, I might need to like Jace to heal up or something.
The end is coming!
Okay. This should almost certainly clear, right?
Amidst the flames, only we shall remain.
I don't like that order. Oh, I forgot about the multi-strikes. Bye, Jace. Well, so much for that taste of chaos I set up.
For Suramar.
It's a pretty unfortunate spot to pop them. Would have been really nice to get a Family Hammer in there first, but I don't know. I don't dictate my draw order.
The end is coming!
Like, that's still a pretty expensive Sorcerer's Apprentice, though, isn't it? Alright, now the age-old question of, do we die?
You win.
Guess not.
I alone will shield my people.
Feels like Adornment early is probably a good thing to have. I don't know. Incoming Dragon Druid.
Ah, I see you've brought guests.
Just because we all know it is impossible for me to escape.
Job's done.
I get up to 3 threes at most. That's not that enticing. But keeping a consistent stream of card draw does sound like a good idea to me. This is another game where we're gonna have to do like infinity damage most of the time. So, gotta start that process early. Oaken summons. I prefer that not to be the case. I assume that's why they're going on 4 instead of 5, right? Typically you might want to look for a guff here, or they already have the guff.
Growth, life, happiness, and friends.
Well, that would explain it. Actually becoming more concerned it might be something like Alignment Druid. I just keep drawing, man. Please stop. Just to empty my hand as much as I can in case it's a mill deck. Highlander Druid with early guff, get comfy, this might take a while. You're gonna have to subtract out the Highlander part because I've played 2 duplicates already. I think it's some sort of combo, if I had to guess, just because we haven't seen any tempo dragons early. So I'm just worried about, like, getting dudded here.
Free of that blasted tower.
Have they not drawn those minions yet? Really? It's fine by me.
Behold.
Alright.
You stink.
It's definitely an alignment deck, which explains the mana saber. Unfortunately, I have not drawn a mana burn yet. I think this is probably the big Jace we were looking for.
Amidst the flames, only we shall remain.
Nice mana count you got there, friend. Bonk. Alright, so I don't know if this can be a Jace game because I don't know how I'm ever meant to play around Objection other than maybe the Illidari studies. So let's keep that. That's fair, Questline Druid was gross, yeah, and of all like the Druid decks, I think that was the one that was the strongest, yet least complained about.
Ah, I see you've brought guests. And what's the cover?
Nice card, nerd. Mech Paladin was quite good against both, yes. But the thing about Mech Paladin is that nobody ever wants to play it, regardless of how good it is.
Guess who? Snuggle.
Or at least as you go up the ladder, nobody wants to play against it. Or play as it. Counterspell test? I don't really care. This is like... Hey, this is the least important card here. Sure.
For Suramar.
The reason I didn't want to spend the coin there is I might want to coin a deal with the devil. And ensuring that goes off is likely more valuable than like cycling a single card off of the spectral site.
Your signature is required. Your signature is required.
So Mech Paladin is good. I've never played it or seen it. I don't think. It lost its best card. So puts a bit of a damper on its success. Unfortunately, the Rig Fair game goes off here. Oh, of course, the Rigged Fair game. The draw 5 for 2 mana? No, the Mech Warper.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Drawing 5 for 2 mana is a lot less good if you have to, that's the new secret, so no, Rigged Fair game. If you actually have to pay mana for the cards that you draw. So the deck just falls apart without the Mech Warper. It basically becomes a standard deck. It's fine by me.
I cannot do that.
This is less important since they have so few cards right now. I'm trying to think about whether I want to risk the Oasis ally here. And I feel like the answer is no. Alright, probably the same thing here. Go face, test with a mana burn. And make a deal with the devil. So that reads like Oasis ally and 2 minion interactions, so explosive objection. Could also just be a Rigged Fair game that we're not allowing to go off. So I don't think it necessitates us like playing too hard around Oasis ally. But at the same time, we can just keep going face. Rigged ally objection? I mean, there's also explosive runes in that. So there's 4 potential secrets. I think the first 2 are likely explosive and we know the first 2 don't involve a Rigged Fair game. So the first 2 are very likely objection and explosive. Paladin seems like a matchup where the board is going to matter a bit more, so let's keep the Fell Scream Blast. I'm honestly tempted to keep the deal with the Devil even, but get a better sense of what we're up against before committing to that.
Ah, I see you brought gas.
This is very good to find the Street Trickster if I need it. Egg. I got the deal with the devil again. Looking for a silence effect right now. Guess we just go ahead and kill it.
Job done.
Y'all gonna be safe.
They will never catch me.
I don't think I care too much about taking 6 here. got a pretty decent amount of healing in hand. Like, this costs 6 mana, so once this is active, we can obliterate a board and heal to full.
You are a friend to the earthen.
Wow, what a gamer. I was corrected about my need to find silence effects, though. Jeez.
Gotta go.
I just need a volunteer.
Should be relatively difficult for Paladin to deal with, so we might get a second turn with it.
The light dims, but we fight. For Suramar.
Very nice. I don't think this is going to be lethal. Unless... I mean, we gotta get these going, man. Like, it was probably lethal there, but now it's gonna be lethal-er, which is the best kind of lethal. Like, did we even have any damage spells in there? Multi-strike, predation... No, predation just went this turn. Mana burn.
Mother, we seek your counsel.
I think they are vastly, vastly underestimating the impact of this.
He has heard our plea.
Wait, I didn't want to attack there.
Amidst the flames, only we shall remain. Well played.
I did a mega whoopsie. It's okay, I only missed 5 damage, I guess. I was reading something in chat and just kind of went into autopilot.
Friend to the earthen. One knows. He has heard our plea.
I feel like this was left on the board for far too long. That is clearly the one and only misplay that happened this game. Let's get this guy lethal.
Well played.
Probably have to keep the Unleash Fel just in case it's pirates. Doesn't feel great, but especially since it could potentially interrupt the outcast slot if we need healing off of it or spell damage later.
I see you've brought guests.
Alchemize him. That's not bad. Should be able to get pretty good activation on that pretty reliably.
Look, you shinies.
Worried it might be Kingsbane, which I probably don't have great game against. Just because I don't have much to heal off of, and their damage is likely to outrace me. Unless. Just in case that is a swordfish. Pew pew pew.
I'm dead. Tell no tales.
For Suramar.
Drink up me heart. Vengeance! Vengeance! Vengeance!
Is Kingsbane Rogue actually good, or is our opponent just a gamer? It depends on how you build it.
Welcome to my
This is not like the meta version of Kingsbane. But it's like probably just a fine deck right now.
job's done.
Playing the 2017 version of Kingsbane. I don't think this is how the meta version of Kingsbane has ever looked. That's fine. I'm playing Spell Demon Hunter. Like, I would rather queue into this than many of the other meta decks in Wild. Well, I guess we won the race.
You asked for it. I alone will shield my people.
I feel like Warband is pretty good if we assume it's Secret Mage. It also goes face if it ends up being Quest Mage.
Ah, I see you've brought guests.
Maybe just using that as a test for counterspell is a good idea here.
Not enough mana.
Absolutely worth. It's one counterspell down. Once again, that is, however, like our only way to get an objection test, so we're probably just not going to have a Jace this game.
For Suramar.
Fan the Hammer is perfect for a Jace deck. The deck damage always goes in the right direction. I mean, damage always goes in the right direction with Jace, right? Or at least damage that can't target minions. The same is true of Predation.
Oh, what's troubling you?
That reads to me like a rigged fair game or minion interaction. Either way, we're going to keep testing for the rigged fair game anyway, because I'm not terribly concerned about them developing minions here. We're kind of in a race position. My life total is double the opponent's. I feel confident in this race.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Your signature is required.
Especially with a bit more healing to fall back on. I suppose that could be an Oasis ally as well, but nobody ever checks for that. And by nobody, I mean me. I never check for it.
What once was cloudy shall become clear.
Should be relatively easy to close it out from here.
It'll be our little secret. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late.
Guess we play around a random ice block or something.
I see you've brought guests.
Imagine not having several start of turn effects.
What a delicious party!
Turns are awkward. I think I just kill that so that I can get better spell barrage value. I take more damage, but like I'm going to have to deal with that eventually, right? I can't wait until the warband, I don't think. This card is spooky, so let's deal with that.
Astounding.
You never know what you're gonna catch.
I feel icky. I feel icky.
Let's offset that a little bit. We can deal with it next turn with the warband.
Astounding.
This is the one situation where I want the minions on board so I can contest their minions a little bit better.
Well met.
Another month, another payment closer to seeing my children again.
Yeah, I mean you're only about 62 months away, but thank you, Tubby, for the 7 months.
Well met.
M Remix, thank you for the prime.
Ah, are you a fan of knives?
Astounding? No, they're hovering over it.
Put this apple on your head.
Uh-oh. Purge. Oh, that's a lot of face damage.
Astounding.
Vengeance! Vengeance! Vengeance!
That was indeed a Flappy Bird. The flappiest of birds, potentially.
Well played.
Your skill commends you.
Well fought. I concede.
Well, it was human, so I guess it bodes well.